Hi, I'm Kirby Allison, and today I'm back here on Sackville Street in London for the second fitting of my bespoke dinner suit. As many of you know, my relationship with Haste and Lachter has deepened over the years, with each commission adding to the richness of our bespoke partnership. From my very first double bespoke commission with John Kent and Terry Haste to the most recent linen suit, each piece has been a unique adventure, and together they form a phenomenal journey in the world of bespoke tailoring. My most recent commission came as a recommendation from Terry, a stylish dinner suit, or as the British call it, a dinner jacket. So, without further ado, join me as I step back inside Haste and Lachter for what I'm sure will be an exhilarating second fitting of this bespoke tuxedo, bringing a touch of British elegance to this American's wardrobe. Terry.
Kirby. Lovely
Great to see you.
You well?
Always nice to be back in London. Doing great here, yes. Well, we've got a little bit of sunshine today and not too much construction.
Lovely.
Yeah,
but they're not working. They've stopped working just for you.
That's right. Not for long.
No.
But yeah, I mean, excited to be back. I always love coming by Haste. You're always working on something interesting, and it seems like right now you're preparing for the dinner jacket season.
The dinner season.
The dinner season.
We're working quite a lot at the moment. Yeah, it's on my board. I'm working on literally marking a dinner jacket.
Are you really?
As we speak.
Yeah. So I feel like every single time I stop in, there's something, interesting,
different,
maybe a bit unusual,
yeah.
But always elegant and beautiful that you're working on. And I see you've got several dinner jackets here.
Yeah.
Do you mind showing me or talking me through a little bit of what we have?
Certainly will. We seem to be doing a lot of dress wear at the moment. So this is obviously an unusual dinner jacket. On this one, we've got a short collar, not too wide. This is a few years old, but if we were doing it today, we'd probably do it a little bit wider with the split ottoman facing. And it's got these sort of unusual pockets on it as well. It's because people like to put their own spin on things. Yeah. So they want to just do things slightly different. Matching buttons, which match the facing. And with this, he's got a black waistcoat and obviously black trousers. I think there's two waistcoats for it. This is the one that matches the facing, but there's also a plain black one.
And would you see this in London? I mean, is this?
Yeah. For dinner parties, you would, yeah.
Okay. I mean, what's interesting about the dinner suit is how it's an opportunity to embellish and really, kind of in some ways inflect your own personal kind of quirkiness or personality. And this is, without question, interesting. And I think this is an example of where it gets fun, too.
Well,
I'm sure he has a classic
different
tuxedo, but this might be an additional dinner jacket.
This is just an addition, and I noticed when he wore this once, halfway through the night, he had the dinner jacket, which has got the faces like this on a black one, and he swapped it over halfway through the night just to see if anybody noticed it. It's just to be a little bit different. Nobody noticed. Yeah, it's quite amazing, really. I don't know how nobody noticed this.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful kind of purple overcheck, and here with the pocket square, nice touch.
Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it? It's not too in your face, really. It's a nice tartan. It's not too bold. We make some really bold ones, which sometimes they kind of, whoa, it's a bit bright.
Yeah. And what are these pockets called again? What's the
crescent?
Crescent.
It's a very old pocket we did at Hawes and Curtis. Actually, I said we did. I wasn't around then, but in the 50s, in crescent pocket. And it's just a little bit different. They're not easy to do. That's probably why it didn't catch on. So there's only very few people can do them, but
Well,
it's just
that type of work one finds here.
It's just
at
something
Ken
a little
Haste.
bit, just to make a change, really. It's also
Yeah.
got side vents. We very rarely put side vents on now.
Okay.
Everything's gone back traditional ways.
Really?
10 years ago, everything had side vents. Now we're going back to no vents.
Yeah.
Most people don't want vents anymore.
Yeah, I guess traditionally the dinner suit would not have vents.
Never had vents.
And then it was a single vent.
Yeah.
And then there were people, I guess, pushing the limits with double vents.
Yeah,
which
people
is still
during
quite
the,
elegant.
yeah, during the 70s and 80s, people put double vents on, and very high ones right up to the waist, so you had like a 13-inch vent,
Yeah.
which gave you a massive flare. And flaps then, and people would have the pocket. This pocket would be out the same material. The flaps would have flaps in the same material, but that's all sort of played out now.
It's it ebbs and flows, right?
Yeah, it's everything.
There's nothing new in the world of tailoring.
It's all very
just,
cyclical, isn't it?
Yeah.
So-
What about this one behind you? That's another, maybe slightly more classic, but
This is
still beautiful dinner jacket.
This is a very, very classic dinner jacket. This is what we would do nowadays. It's got a peak lapel,
Quite large peak lapels.
very large. This man likes to likes to show his lapels off, and he's quite flamboyant. So he loves these huge lapels, and he's got the Milanese buttonhole, which a lot of people liking at the moment. He's actually got the pocket with no flaps because that's traditional, but he's got the same fabric on the
As the
lapels
lapels.
as he got on the jettings.
Would that normally be how that's done, or that's different?
It's 50-50. Some people like it with cloth, some people like it with the facing.
Do you have a personal preference? Where do you?
Yeah, I prefer it cloth.
Cloth. Okay.
Yeah, I'm more traditional, I am. And I can't, some people have the outbreast in silk.
It's a little much.
I'm not really.
Well,
mad
this
about
is an interesting example of how even with something classic and traditional, there's an opportunity for the customer, to
do his own
again
thing.
make it unique to them. I mean, not only are the lapels quite wide, but I mean, look at the belly here.
He's got a huge
in the
belly on
lapel.
it,
I mean,
isn't
it's
it?
massive, but it's
Yeah.
beautiful. I mean, it showcases. I mean, not only the elegance of the roll, but it's accentuated even more by the fact that it's got that accentuated curve there.
It's quite nice as well, and obviously the different facing on this one, although it looks from a distance, it looks the same as the other one. This is just literally a cord facing, so it's a very, very small rib on this one.
Okay.
And again, no vents.
Traditional.
4 pleated trousers. So he wants to be very traditional.
Yeah.
He's actually Italian, this guy.
Well, the British, I think, do Italian
gave
better
him
than
the
the
buttonhole.
Italians do.
I gave him the Milanese buttonhole because he's Italian.
Did you have to send it to Italy for that? Or?
No. We got a girl who does them. She's brilliant.
What about these other ones? I mean, I see, again, double-breasted.
This again, double-breasted. This is actually midnight blue, and it's very hard to see from this. So if you put it against the black, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but you can see it's just a slight different colour change with the midnight blue facing and the midnight blue buttons as well.
So it's funny, I mean, in the daylight, you can really see the midnight blue. But
Yeah.
the whole point is that in dim light, it would
Looks black.
appear even blacker than black.
Yes, it looks blacker, as you said, blacker than black, whereas some people say the black looks slightly grey in the evening. Double-breasted lapels, obviously, because it's double-breasted. He's quite a tall man.
What about double-breasted versus single-breasted? I mean, do you have a
It's
lot?
very personal. It's just very personal. The thing with a single-breasted, you can put a waistcoat underneath and you see it. With double-breasted, during my Tommy Nutter days, everybody had double-breasted with a single-breasted waistcoat, a U front, and you didn't see it. So you had to make the jacket too small so that the jacket would stay open and you could see the waistcoat. Some people wear the cummerbund with the double-breasted, so if they're undoing a jacket, when they're sitting down, you see the cummerbund so you don't see the top of the trousers. But then even the single-breasted, some people have a cummerbund and a waistcoat, so if they don't want to be too formal, they can wear the cummerbund if it's too hot.
Yeah. What about this white one? Is that?
This is a white
Is that
one
even
with-
a dinner jacket?
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. Again, it's got the Milanese buttonholes on it as well. It's not actually finished yet, this one.
But this is single-breasted.
Double-breasted. No,
Double-breasted.
It's definitely
Okay, I don't see the other
double-breasted.
buttons.
Yeah, the buttons haven't gone on
Okay.
yet. It's literally only got finished today. So we've just put the Milanese buttonholes in, and we got this quite unique facing to put on it, which again is a heavy rib. So this is the same version as the black one, but much of a
Really?
more heavier
Okay.
rib.
And is
It
this
just
silk?
looked
Is it a
nice.
silk facing?
Yeah, it's all silk, yeah.
Wow. I mean, I've never seen anything quite like that.
You won't see this anywhere. This was quite unusual. We sourced this from a very good friend of mine. She found it for us in America.
To be
believe it or
remained
not.
secret.
In America.
And what about the fabric? I mean, is this
It's a
wool?
barathea.
Okay.
We mainly will only use barathea for evening wear. So this is barathea. This obviously isn't because it's tartan.
Yeah.
But everything else, even your one, is a barathea. There's just different weights. They come in every weight imaginable.
Now, talk to me about the cuff. I mean, that's another interesting touch.
Turnback cuffs, which are very popular at the moment. There's certain people wear them even bigger. Yeah, this is a 2 1/4. Some people wear them 3 1/2 and even 4. And then obviously if you go bigger, you have less buttonholes, less buttons. It's a love or hate.
Yeah. Well, again, this is the opportunity one has in Bespoke.
Exactly.
To personalize and
personalize it in your own way.
Make it totally unique. I mean, you're not going to show up
exactly.
to a dinner party with someone else wearing this jacket.
No, certainly not. I mean, he's quite tall, this man. He's got the side vents as well, which you wouldn't normally have, but it just gives him a little bit more movement, room for
And for someone that's tall and large, would you normally do side vents?
Yeah, it's just giving a bit more room, really.
Yeah.
When you're sitting down, it just makes life a lot easier.
That's incredible. Well, this is the type of jacket that, if you showed me it in a swatch book, I would
think you were going mad.
I'd think you were crazy. But seeing it on the mannequin, although the purple might be a little loud for me, a little strong. Nick Fauxian, maybe.
Nick, no, one I made for Nick was much, much more bolder than this.
Yeah, this is child's play for him, right?
Yeah, this is quite mute, isn't it? Yeah.
And what other fabrics? I mean, I guess you could use tartans, right? Like this. You could use black watch.
You can pick any tartan you want. There's a whole. Most people stick to their own clan.
Okay.
So they will just go literally for their clan and not play about with other clans. When we've done it recently,
but for us Americans,
I think we got one there. Yeah. He wanted to get a little bit of his clan into his dinner suit because he was getting married, a black tie. And we talked about doing the lining which we're actually doing for somebody else at the moment, lining in a tartan. But he said he could just wear that because that way after the wedding he's got the...
Yeah, something he can use.
He's got, yeah.
So he's just doing the cummerbund.
He's just doing the cummerbund, yeah. And a handkerchief. We made a little handkerchief for him out of the same tartan.
Well, great. Well, can I see kind of how my jacket's coming along?
And there we have your one.
Look at this. I mean, it looks...
which again is black barathea.
It is very much put into perspective next to these other very bold, but traditional. I mean, peak lapels, right?
Peak lapel. You went for this.
Beautiful waistcoat.
We like to use this lining, which is quite nice. I think it looks very evening wear, this lining. We do it in
interesting
green as
without being flashy.
Yeah, it's not too flashy. I mean, this one is just one. That one is
appropriate for the jacket.
Bold. And we didn't go massive with the lapels, but you've got the split ottoman facing, which is one of my favourites. It's one of our favourites.
Okay.
We use it all the time.
I mean, the split ottoman facing still has the ribbing, right?
Yeah.
That texture.
Yeah,
but it's kind of alternating.
Yeah,
and,
it's alternating.
And
yeah.
thickness. Amazing. Well,
and you went very, very simple. No flaps, no vents.
Well, I deferred to my tailor.
No turn-back cuffs.
No turn-back cuffs, no.
I'm not going to let you have
We'll save that for...
and no turn-ups. You definitely wouldn't have turn-ups on the trousers.
And we did a waistcoat,
We did a U-fronted waistcoat.
Okay. Very traditional.
Which is quite nice. We did it in 4 buttons, just to make it a little bit different.
And then did you do a cummerbund as well?
We've got a cummerbund as
Coming,
well.
maybe?
Yeah. No, it's got it here somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got it here.
Well.
Shall we slip it on?
Can I try it on?
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. Thank you.
Have a look out here.
Well, I have to say I'm already feeling smarter. It's amazing what a good black tie, shirt and...
This is fantastic cloth. This is absolutely the pinnacle of dress wear. Pure silk, and it's pure silk Marcello, which is very rare.
Wow.
I'm probably one of the only ones that has it because it hasn't been produced for several years now. And there's limited amounts left. It lays really flat. It's very comfortable. You do a wonderful bow tie.
Well, this is Terry's bow tie, cut from the same fabric as the lapels, right?
Yep. It's perfect with that collar shape.
Now, did we modify the collar points at all for this?
We modified it. We brought them very slightly in so they wouldn't spread out too much, and they stayed classic. Because if you have too much of a cutaway with a dinner shirt, it looks like everything's spreading.
Okay.
Cuffs are a little bit deeper.
I like a nice cuff.
Which I like.
Beautiful French cuff. And then, you know, the button here I notice is not centered. It's pitched slightly forward.
I was always taught from when I first came into the trade that to show off the link, it shouldn't be central. If you anchor it there, 1.25 inches back, you'll show that when you shoot the cuff, you'll show the link, and it won't miss by being too far back. And also, it helps the cuff to stay close rather than go like that if it's set back too much. So it's done for a purpose.
And of course, you know, with black tie, I mean, you're not wearing a watch, which I took mine off for the purposes of this fitting to just, and the cuffs fit great. And so your cuff links and your studs are really, you know, really your only opportunity for jewelry when wearing black tie.
That's your focal point, And you've got your own studs. Those are for the benefit of the fitting, but it looks great. You're comfortable.
It feels amazing.
It is. It's amazing.
You know, the silk. I mean, whenever I first heard of a silk dinner shirt, you know, and in my mind's eye, I was thinking like a satin silk, you know, Regis Philbin. You know, but this is a spun silk. It has a really soft, dry hand. But boy, is it soft.
It's not ultra shiny. It's very soft to the skin, so it feels very comfortable. And it was originally done at the turn of the last century, when they used to use a lot of spun silk for dress wear. And it lost a little bit over the 1970s when silk wasn't as popular, but it's come back. This particular silk, spun the way it is a classic that's never out of shirt makers' swatch books. We always keep the cream spun silk. It's a natural dye, rather than the white, which the white is a bleached white. So that's not the true silk. This is a truer colour, and it's just classic. It says class.
Peak elegance.
Yeah, really.
I mean, what's amazing about silk is how it's in some ways the original performance fiber.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the strongest fibers, so it should, in theory, be very durable. But it's cool in the summer, it's warm in the winter.
That's right.
It wicks moisture, and it's, incredibly soft to the skin.
Yeah, it holds the heat in when you need it, and it expires when you don't need it. And it's just a very, very comfortable. Unfortunately, it's expensive, but that's the nature of the cloth, and it always has been. But you'll notice a lot of the tailoring cloths now are including silk in mixtures, as well as pure silk in mixtures with wool and linen, various. They're using silk a lot more now.
Yeah. Well, we've always had 100% silk over the calf dress socks in black for black tie, white tie. But we recently added an entire expanded palette of 100% silk socks because they're just so comfortable.
Yeah,
and it's such an incredible fabric.
They are. And for dress wear, they should always be, I'm very, very fussy this one. Yeah. They should always be
over the calf.
Long, over the calf.
I mean, all socks should be over the calf, let's just be honest.
But you don't always get it. But with silk, for dress wear, the worst thing is when you see someone pull their trousers up and you see the leg with a black or a navy dinner suit.
Well, they wouldn't be allowed out of here. I mean, it's amazing how easy you make this look, Stephen. Terry, you have to come offer your opinion. Has he done all right?
For an old boy, he's not too bad, is he?
You know, luckily, I guess, the classics never go out of style.
No.
And this is...
Wonderful. What studs have you got?
Plastic ones.
Plastic
No.
ones.
Plastic.
Oh, plastic ones.
Finest quality plastic studs.
Yeah. No. I mean, I've got a beautiful yellow gold.
How many have you got?
I've got plenty.
A few on there.
Yeah, well,
5.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, he said to me, make 5.
So I have a beautiful, it's called the Golden Acorn cufflinks and studs. It's actually something my wife gave me as a gift. And it's a lapis lazuli.
Is it?
Blue
Oh,
lapis.
lovely.
Wow.
It's a really elegant cufflink and stud set.
Goes perfectly with the silk.
I guess, shall we continue? Stephen, I mean, you're a
Thank you
master.
very much.
I mean, what do you think of the
Very
collar? I
kind.
mean, it's a beautiful collar.
Well, it's a nice shape collar. It's very traditional, isn't it? It's not gone mad with the collar shape. Obviously, I like mine more cut away.
It's kind of nice.
But for a dress
there.
shirt, I think you need a longer collar. The cutaway don't really work that
Well,
well.
it's a different
do they?
collar than the dress shirts you make for
Yes,
me.
yeah.
And again, this is the beauty of Bespoke, is really kind of tailoring every element of the garment to the outfit.
It certainly works well.
Yeah.
It's a lovely colour, isn't it?
You
Pick the braces to go with it as well.
Yeah, silk Marcella, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Or moire, silk moire. Yeah,
Perfect. Proper
Steve.
dress wear. Thank you very
amazing.
much.
No, thank you. This is
My
this is a
pleasure.
really special
That's my
treat.
pleasure. After you, dear boy.
Thank you. So kind. So I'll do that.
Oh, sorry.
No, exactly. How dare you?
How dare I?
With a dress waistcoat and with this real cutaway, you do all 4 up. Normally on a waistcoat, you leave the bottom one undone,
Okay.
but it would be offset, so it would be there. But on this, they're all to do up.
Yeah.
Let me just have a look at that. Oh, we didn't put a strap on it, did we? No. So I don't like straps. So,
There we go.
I mean, that's come out really well, hasn't it?
I like it. I mean, I like the very kind of classic.
It's just a bit
Kind of a
different,
nod
really.
to
Yeah,
like the
went out-
1920s, isn't it?
It went
I
out
mean,
of favour for quite a while. It was all dead straight, and now last couple of years, it's sort of come back into its own. As you said earlier, everything goes round in circles. It's just quite nice.
And then how? I mean, this, as far as the length
Yep.
should be
This
concerned.
button has to hit the seam.
Okay.
So,
So we're
every
just
time you're
right
bracing
here.
it, make sure that button hits that seam, so you're not showing any
Okay. So that's the alignment.
white. That's the alignment. That's what we always work to, and that's
Mm-hmm.
actually hit it spot on. So
Yeah.
we got something right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it's always spot on here. And I mean, it looks a little bit plain with the white studs, but
Yeah, but
keeping
once
in
you
mind
put-
that, you know, once I put the
Yeah,
proper
once you've
studs
got-
on, this will be gorgeous.
You're going to show 4 studs on this now, aren't you? Probably when you wear the cummerbund, you might even show 5
Well,
studs.
luckily I have 5 studs. Had some extra made. So we had our first fitting in New York.
We did, didn't we?
This is a proper,
We just arrived in New York.
yeah, that's right. It feels amazing.
Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, makes me want to go for a drink at the Ritz.
Tonight. Okay, so we've got there at last. We're there.
Yeah, well.
Very late night in New York with the last fitting. So
But it's a beautiful garment. I mean, this is the third piece you've cut for
Yeah.
me, right? First was the beautiful Kent Haste house tweed,
The house
and the
tweed.
blue basket weave with the gorgeous dark brown flannel trousers. The second one was that, again, absolutely incredible linen suit. And then now the tuxedo. So 3 very different garments.
yeah.
Is it getting easier or?
It's getting a lot easier.
Okay.
Once the pattern's established, it becomes takes all those early fittings out, so you don't need as many fittings now.
And what about small modifications that might be, you know, certain particular elements of a specific garment, like the peak lapels? I mean, are you drawing that onto the pattern, or you just chalk it straight onto the fabric?
If you're only ever going to have one, there's no point, making altering the pattern. So we would just alter it onto the fabric and cut a paper pattern to give to the tailor to work from the paper pattern.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? I mean, I'll let you do your work.
Right, there we are. This stage, really, all we're really looking for is shirt sleeve length. Let's make sure they're both the same and showing the same amount of cuff. Looks at it at the moment, you're showing, I can cheat if I want. I think this one is literally about an eighth of an inch longer than this one. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit off of that one.
So we'd go with this. We'd match it to that.
I would. Is that
Yeah.
too short
No.
for you?
No, I would love to. I mean, I'd want to show a little bit of cuff.
I think that's right. That's just not showing quite enough cuff.
Yeah.
That's a bit chalk, sorry. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take an eighth of an inch off this one to make it the same as that one. and the cross means one sleeve only. It's not for any other reason. That's for where the wrap is. Come round to the back. We've left you a little bit of room here for movement for when you're dancing.
Okay.
Or playing, you're doing the band leader thing. And it's lovely
no
shape
vents.
through there. No vents, no, we've got no vents on this.
Yeah.
Lots of shaping through here, lots of shaping through the back, and it's just folding really nicely across the seat.
And so at this stage, I mean, what all are we checking? So sleeve length?
Sleeve length, just through the body.
Balance is good?
Yeah, balance is fine. We would have checked that the last time. If we've left it till this stage, we're a little bit late on that one. It's just make sure we've got enough shape going through the body, because on this you don't want too much shape. On the other hand, you don't want it dead straight down, up and down. But this has got nice shaping through. Just checking shoulder width, things like that. Lapel width, obviously we checked that before. That's just a normal lapel, slightly wider than a single-breasted jacket because you've got the peak lapel. Yeah, it's all very, very classic. As I said, we would go just a slightly wider width on it.
Not like our Italian friend over here.
Not like, no. Well, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
It looks
It's
good
a
on him.
beautiful jacket, yeah.
He gets so many compliments. People come up and say, "Oh God, I love that style. It looks brilliant."
And then what do you think about with now that the jacket's on, the collar?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at, making sure you're covering the collar of the shirt. It seems to be okay. When you moved around quite a bit, it's holding it quite nicely. We don't want to make it too high because I don't really want to get that look where it's very high on your neck.
Yeah. And then as far as the back of the collar, what are you going for?
Yeah, I like to go for an inch at the back there, which is what you've got.
Yeah. We'll point to it.
Yeah, there we go. We just pulled it down, but it was an inch. Yeah, there you go. It's 1 inch.
Okay. Well, gosh, this is gorgeous, Terry.
Yeah, someone was trying to explain to me last week that it's always 2 buttons on a dinner jacket.
Oh, really? Was it an American?
No, it was a European, shall we say.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Yeah. Wow. I mean, again, with the braces, you don't see them at all.
You shouldn't
with the waistcoat.
You shouldn't really be seeing the braces.
But if you had a cummerbund, you'd see the braces.
You would, yeah.
Right? And, but again, cut for braces. I mean, this is
I think it's
superbly comfortable.
Well, the idea with this, you want the waistcoat as short as possible. So if you cut it with braces, you can control the waistcoat because there's nothing worse than trousers slip and you're showing all your shirt through. It looks awful.
Yeah. Well, Terry, this is another masterpiece. Do we need Suyamba's seal of approval, or have you signed off on her behalf?
She's falling asleep out there.
Well, she's doing all the work for New York.
Well, she's had a long weekend.
We need the final seal of approval.
Seal of approval.
She's been in Prague all weekend, so she's a little bit
You guys are headed to New York for another trunk show, right?
Exactly.
And I know that there's a lot of work ahead of that, so I appreciate it.
Great. You happy with it?
Well, I mean,
Do you want to check the trousers? Do you want to have a look, make sure you're happy with the
Yes,
trousers?
I would love
Should we
to.
slip the jacket off?
Yes.
As you can see with the phones, it's never a dull moment.
Alrighty. How do those feel at the waist for you? Look like you've got a little bit of room.
Yeah, a little bit of room is always the better way.
Yeah, it's nice with the higher fishtail canvas backs. And then you've got still enough room in the leg for the pleats. You've got a decent amount of break on there.
Yeah.
And they're sitting straight across the top, which is exactly what we want.
So is there anything different that you're doing for a pair of dinner trousers than you would for, say, like the linen trousers that you cut for me, or the flannels?
Shorter for dinner trousers than linen. I think because linens tend to scrunch up and stay shorter and just shrink.
Yeah.
And people generally like their dinner trousers a bit shorter.
Yeah, okay.
You'll probably wear different shoes as well, won't you?
Yes, we'll have
like a
proper
pump.
upper pumps. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is slightly lower on the heel, so the trousers need to be a little bit shorter.
A little bit shorter. Okay. Yeah, and these are, I guess, proper pleats forward, double.
They're pretty much absolutely perfect. Yes.
That's what we want.
Makes you change, you've got to pay it right.
I mean, this is the beauty
Eventually.
of having a few commissions
Yeah.
kind of behind us.
It's
Is, I
easy.
mean,
There's no-
you almost don't need to do any fittings at all. I mean, you
don't
make it
need
look
to.
so easy. It's really more about chasing the client's weight around than anything else.
Yeah, we get a lot of that.
It's been a difficult year, but beautiful. Well,
Most people go the other way though. They put the weight on rather.
Well, it's just as bad losing it both directions, apparently.
Is it?
Well, you have to hang on to it. You've got to have a separate wardrobe for each decade.
Your summer weight and your winter weight.
Yeah, that's right. So what's left? I mean, this is just, the trousers are done. I could walk out with these,
you
right?
can walk out, the waistcoat you can walk out. We just got to finish off
Finish
the
the
jacket now,
jacket.
do the
Okay.
hand sewing, the edges, the buttonholes.
Okay. Well, again, outdoing yourselves as always.
Okay,
And
thank you.
I look forward to literally
Pleasure's
being the
made
best
for it.
dressed man in the room, or amongst the best dressed if these gentlemen right
you'll
here
be-
happen
you'll
to be at the same
No,
event.
you'll still be the best dressed.
Well, that's very kind of you, Stephen. I mean, amazing.
Beautiful
It's
shirt.
good.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
It's nice, isn't it, the shirt?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, just a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't have one.
Yeah, everybody wants one.
Well, there's not much of this cloth left,
No,
is there?
there isn't.
There isn't any, is there?
I think there's probably enough for a short person, probably for Suyamba.
There we go.
Shopping
Well,
dibs.
if only they allowed you to have clothes made here, you could commission a shirt.
Yeah, I have to pay for entry every time, so.
Well, it's very clear that you all still have fun at it.
Yeah, I think it's the
I mean,
most
you're not
important
tired or
part.
bored.
No.
And I think it shows through in the clothing. I mean, just like what we saw here, the incredible variety of dinner jackets just in the shop today.
Yeah,
It's a
we
great
seem to
example.
be going, this year we seem to be going through a big evening wear.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's
Everybody
ready
just
to go out
seems to
now.
want one. We just seem to be
We enjoy
all
it
the
because
time.
there's always something new.
Gentlemen, Suyamba, thank you so much. I mean, what another incredible commission. I guess I look forward to picking up.
There we go.
Thanks a lot.
We'll
Look
have to
forward
go
to seeing
dancing
you.
somewhere or
You
something.
have to find somewhere to go.
Go to the Ritz, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it. Another incredible chapter in the Kent Haste story about to come to a close. What an absolutely elegant dinner suit. I mean, this is peak elegance. And of course, Terry Haste is doing an absolutely incredible work with this. And I can't wait to see it to come together and have the opportunity to wear it in London. This relationship only gets better commission after commission. If you haven't taken a moment to visit KirbyAllison.com, please do so. There you'll find the largest collection of luxury garment care and luxury shoe care accessories in the world, as well as other great clothing accessories for the well-dressed, like this beautiful sovereign grade necktie, pocket square, and so much more. Of course, I'm Kirby Allison, here in London, and as you all know, I love to help the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes while exploring the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. Thanks for watching.